So if you want to reset the password, action, click on reset admin password here. So click here, then it will provide you one temporary password. And temporary password is that you have to copy that password and you can change the password. What happened? So this is the temporary password. So you can just the username is the admin and the password you can give it. Click on the login. So now we have successfully reset the password. So if you want to change it, I think I have done the tasks. You? You have missed, I think you also missed it and cover both the all the topics, all the one session. Maybe this weekend I will take it that one. You are comfortable. So when this net was slow. Yeah. So just go to the user. In this user, we'll see the what was our last updated record. This was admin or you? The user ID. Sorry. System administrator. So that's not one. You have changed this one or you have created this using? You have changed. That's fine. 1 2 3 4 5 6. The password is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is called as a ServiceNow instance. So earlier we have discussed about ServiceNow is a which type of tool? Which type of tool? ServiceNow is a cloud-based tool. Cloud-based nothing but if you want to use any cloud-based application, we need to install anything or not? Nothing like this. So we have registered on the developer.servicenow.com. From here we'll log into one. Now this was the user. Now in the ServiceNow everything will be stored in the table format. So if you have created a user, it should be stored in the user table. If you have created a group, it should be stored in the group table. If you have created any work item, that should be stored in the one table. And if you have created the incident, that should be stored in the incident. So in those, what you enter, that we call as the records. So for example, this is the admin record. So when you go to here, these are all the user records like Random, Gensel. There are some few different. These are called as a user records. So now today I will tell you how to create a table in ServiceNow and how we can use it one. The table is nothing but in the ServiceNow there are two base tables is there. First one is the CMD underscore CI and second one is the task table. These two are the questions. Please note this will ask interview question. If you not answer this one, interviewer may think you don't have knowledge in ServiceNow. Table concept. The base tables in ServiceNow is two. First one is the incident. First one is the task table and CMDB underscore CI. These two tables are the base tables in ServiceNow. CI. The incident, problem, change, asset, these are extended from the task table. The configuration item tables which are related to the one will taken from the CMDB underscore CI table. The default will be on the task table. Yeah. CMDB. Configuration tables will be taken from the CMDB. So this is called as a left navigation. This is called as a navigation filter. So if you want to create one table, click here, set the keyword table. So you will find a system definition. From that system definition, if I am going to pass, please let me know. Okay. If you keep silent, I think you are able to understand. So generally, I will go for a little fast. If you have issues, please let me know. So this is the system definition. This is called as a tables. So when you click here, so these are all predefined table which were generated by system. Is already by demo data which were given by ServiceNow. So Now what is our goal? Our goal was we have to create a new table which will be used for us. I'm just creating. So this is a table. Assume that you are entering some Chaitanya college student data. That was the table. So I'm just creating a label is nothing but our table label name. Chaitanya. So here, whenever you are clicking here, it is coming U underscore Chaitanya. U underscore is nothing but it was generated by user, not by the service. So that is a one. So this we call as the logical name of the table. So for the backend, for the front end, we will see the Chaitanya. For the backend, we will see this one as a for whenever you are writing in a script, you will write as U underscore Chaitanya. If you have to query the table or if you want to make any updates on the table, you have to write U underscore Chaitanya. Okay. This is next extend table. If you what is extension? What is extension? What is extension? Exactly. Not previous one. So whenever you have the powers, we have seen the extension lines. That means this row is extended to something. So when you go to the what is that? 7 hours before that, this row is extended to Jubilee's row number 36. Before that one, that means this was a connectivity between those rows. Here also extend is nothing but if you want to add a parent of the table, so you can add here. So in the ServiceNow incident problem change asset and knowledge, these are the taken from the task table. Okay. Now I'm not extending one, so I'm just this is a custom table. So which was given by ServiceNow tables is called as the out of box. So please remember that this terminology which is related to ServiceNow because you are going to learn as experience level, not a pressure level. So which is a out of box, which was functionality given by ServiceNow is called as a out of box. There should be anything, email notification, there should be tables, whatever is given by ServiceNow is called as a out of box. Apart from this, what we are made that is called a customization. So this is called as a custom table. So I'm just getting here. This system flow like this we are called as design as an application menu. So application menu. Now I'm just creating application menu here. So if I want to add it one, I'm not adding one. So I'm just creating a Chaitanya as application menu. So now this one. This was fine. Here we have seen columns. Columns in the tables what will contains fields. The columns is nothing but same. Sorry. So I will tell you what is the type later. So reference maximum default value I will show this one later. Display false, you can forget about this, never you can use it. So here name something after that name what do you give for a student? ID. So ID and state. There are few fields.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So is there any? We are creating new custom table. So is there will be any new automatically new field will be created? That means primary.
Primary key we cannot create it, but in the field once you have created a table, we can have an option. Primary key is nothing but yes, we have SysID. In the back end, it will store one location. That location will call as SysID. So I will show you that one also. Forgot you. So state, location. So these are the four fields I'm just making. After that, controls. So extension is nothing but if you want to extend this table from this table extend to another table. That is nothing but this work as a parent table. So you are extending some other table from this table. If it is true here, then you can extend it. If it is not true, it will never be displayed here.
In the next time also.
Yeah, if it is extent is true, that is one. So live feed I will show you later when come to the incident module. So what is the use? And auto number. What is the auto number?
If we are entering any new field.
Yeah. So simple example, whenever we are purchasing a Paytm, so once we have complete our order, they will generate one number. Dear customer, your order ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a how it will come automatically. It will show some sequence. REQ something 1, 2, 3. How it will come? They will give like auto number here. The basic parameter but here they will have the different terms, but the basic funda is there. So what is the prefix we have? So I'm just making ch. I'm just making ch after that number 1000. That means it starting from the 1000. How many digits we have? 7 digits. That means application access is nothing but if you want to read all the application you can see here. So when come to the ACL, I will cover these two topics. Okay. So now what you have done? So we have created one custom table. So once we have created one custom, what we have to do? We have to verify whether a table is created or not. So here, let's see what is our table name. So these are all tables you can see here. ALM, it is nothing but asset related table. So which was done by system. Those are many tables. So I'm just going, what is our name? CH, I'm just making contain CH. Oh, there are many tables. So Chaitanya, this is our table. So here you can see once a table is created, we don't have an option to extend it. If you want to, that will be have to write a there are many processes there. So before creating table, now we should aware of whether we have to extend it or not. If it's not, that is certain things we have to follow it. So this was fine. Now after this one, just to refresh this application navigator, just refresh this one. Now you can see this is the Chaitanya. So this is called application menu. This is called as a module. So this is before that earlier the Chaitanya table is there. There is no application. We have made a custom table. So these are there is no records to display. So forward you. So when you go to the table again, so I will answer your question. Primary. So what is our table? Chaitanya. So how many table fields we have created? Name, location, state, and ID. 4 tables. Let's see what happens. How many tables? When you give the star, it is nothing but contains. In the ServiceNow terminology, when you make a star in the search, it is a contains. So we have created only 4 tables, 4 fields. But here there are many columns is there. Why? Created by, created, society, unit, updates, updated by update. Why these 6 fields, 6 columns has created automatically? Who has created? ServiceNow system has automatically created. So created by is nothing but who has created this table. And created. Created is nothing but at what time it was created. CSAID is nothing but as you asked here. So whenever we have created one record, it will store in the backend. Whatever it should be Karthik, it should be Mahesh, Ashok, whatever it may be, it will store in the backend record. So can we know? So the system doesn't understand what is the name we have given. It will understand some zeros and bytes, some different terminology. So it is stored in a different location. That location we will call the service as SysID. It is a unique queue and alphanumeric and 32 digit, 32 bit, 32 characters. So you can see here, when you click here, copy SysID. This is the SysID of this table. This is unique for every record. Okay. So when you click here, you can see here created by, copy the SysID. It was ending with 1905. When you go to the update file, let's see, it was different. That is, this was our record, this was a different record. This one. So now you have seen. Now what is our next goal? So we have to make a configuration of, we have created a table. Now what you have to do? We have to make some configuration like some fields. We have to like choices, whatever we can configure as per our requirement. So let's open the Chaitanya record. This is the Chaitanya table. So click on here. So by default the number was coming. The name we can give, ID we can give, location. So when I go to create Ashok, so it was coming. Location is Hyderabad, state is Telangana. So that's fine. Click on the submit. So now the record has generated. So when next time when you click here, I open this record. I am able to enter the entry record. So this record belongs to whom? Can we know? Nobody know. But if they want to restrict user, then what user should enter name. Then only the record should save. Then what we have to do?
Required.
Sorry.
Required.
Yeah, we have to give that field as a mandatory. So when you go to the Naukri application, there are some fields are mandatory, like email number, email ID, phone number, some different fields are mandatory. How they are given? That field they have backend they have given as a mandatory. So that's why if you we not enter, it will throw you one message. Please fill the mandatory fields, or else until it cannot be saved. So like this also, I'm just opening this one. So the name, if you want to make a mandatory, right click, configure dictionary. So in the configure dictionary, you can see here read only. If you want to read only, you can read only. So mandatory. Let's save this. So it was mandatory. When you click enter, it will show like this one. The following mandatory fields are not filled. Or else you can go to the open old record. Now you already saved this one. If you want to say whether it is saved or not, it's throw error message. Sorry. So this was fine. Here the automatical number has generating automatically. So here we have the option to change it. If you want to change it, what we have to give? Here, so the by default it was coming some basic pattern. It was coming something, but we have the option to erase it. So if you don't want to erase it, what we have to do it? The user can see that record on that because it was automatically generated without intervention without user intervention. So it cannot be it will be automatically generated. But end user has the option to edit it. So is it a meaningful or not? It cannot. It's not a good practice. Then what we have to do? So we have to make it as a read only. Just click on the right click, configure dictionary. Make it read only. Click on update. It's not updated. Configure dictionary, it's not updated. Yes. So read only. Click here. So this was fine. So here we don't have an option to edit. So this was we are able to follow it. Now your requirement was the number should be here and state should be after the name. That means the left side name, state after that location, and the right side number and ID you want to display it. That is your requirement. That means this is the by default it was coming. We cannot without your intervention it is coming. Now we want to change some location. Your client want to name is a first, after the stage, after the location. In the right side, the number ID will be entered. How you can? If you want to, on the right click on the field form. This is called as a form. This entire we will call as a form. Click here, right click, configure, click on the form layout. So in the form layout, here you have displayed. Here they are the demand. So if I'm just removing this begin split and split, so I'm just making here. So if we have not any begins, that means we have not defined where to start. That means where is the left side, what is the right side, we have not defined here. So if you want to go to here, right click, configure. So go to the form list, sorry, form layout. Select the begin split. That means the split has begun from the first after this one. So I'm just making number after the one. So our requirement was name was in the right side, and after that after the name state, after the state the location, after the location left side was the, that means when you split here it is look like this. So after the number the ID. Click here. So now it was look like something.
Split will.
Yeah, split will is nothing but after the split it will display in the right side. By the begin split is that it will display in the left side. Yeah. So this was fine. Here I am just entering one record. So I am going to giving AP and I have state location was Hyderabad. Is it a meaningful? So I have the option need to enter every time. So in the in your backend, so AP is you have a specified format. The state is AP, you should have AP, but user has the option to Andhra Pradesh. Telangana is nothing but TS, but he has the option to make it as a Telangana completely. So you do not do object completely. So if you want to see what are the states available, from that you want to select it. Then, yeah, drop down. In the service now that we will call as a choice. That means the field type should be choice. By default the field was string, field type was. So apart from this we have to give it as a choice. If you want to make it, right click, configure dictionary. So the here it was one, the label was state. If you want to make it here, you can change it. But this was the logical name, the field name, we cannot edit it. So I'm just making choice. You can see choice. And so here what is the choice type? Drop down with none or drop down without none, like this. So this was fine. Here ACL, so you don't need to worry. Here what is the choice? Label is nothing but what is the front end we have to display. So I'm just making AP. The value, what is the value? For the front end we know it was a AP, but the system will understand some values. If you want to make it a AP, or else you can give any number number also. I'm just making it as a 10. I'm sorry, 10. Language sequence. What is the sequence? Sequence is nothing but so how it will be shown to the end user. For example, you want to display AP after Telangana. So first is AP, after Telangana, after that Karnataka, or the Tamil Nadu. Assume that. So how you can configure? In the service now for the choice field, lowest sequence will come in the first one. From the lowest starter to highest starter will display. For example, if the AP sequence is 10, it will display first thing. After that, you will display the second highest, next list. Like this will go sequence. So I'm just going to 100. I'm sorry, the sequence is no. If there is no sequence, it will come as a random. For the best practice, for any labels choice, we are giving at least 50 different levels. Assume that for AP we have given 100, Telangana is 101. You have received on request, after the AP you want to display another Karnataka. Then what do you have to do? So you have to change all the sequence. If you have given 100, it is a 1 or 2, you can easily manipulate. Therefore 100, that will be problem to others.
What if you have not given the sequence?
Sorry?
If you are not giving the sequence,
it will come randomly. We don't know where it was complete.
It will not arrange as the after
no. No.
If
you have not given any sequence, it will come as a first thing. If you have more than one, it will come randomly. We don't know which one complete exactly. But we have the best practice sequence we have to give it, and it should be at least 20 to 30 difference for them. That will be the good practice. It will take 100 101 also, but in the future if you want to add a one sequence, that will then very big headache for you. Okay. So for the Telangana, I am just giving 20.
What if you want to make it in alphabetical order?
The alphabetical order, I think, but you can write it as a only sequence only. So we don't have an option here. But if you do as alphabetical order, you can make it as a sequence one by one.
Okay, we have Andhra Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh.
Okay.
So
you can first the Arunachal Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, first thing you can give 100. After the second next value, you can give the Arunachal Pradesh. Like this, you can make it. So yeah, I'm just giving 3 states: AP, Telugu, Tamil Nadu, and Telangana.
What is the value? What is?
So this value, that is nothing but if you want to call AP for the backend, we have to give the 10 value. For the front end, it was showing as a 10 AP. If you want to call it one backend, it was a 10. This value will be useful this field only, not any other fields.
If you want to,
if you want, you can give AP also. That's no issue. Okay. So I'm just clicking on the update here. Just click on the update here. Now,
from the vendor when you are giving AP, and in the backend it will be saved up 10. Okay.
Exactly. But whenever if you want to call query any table, state you can give where the select star from table where the name is on. You have either that field as a 10, 20, like you can filter it. Okay. So you can see here. Practice, generally we are giving the naming system sometimes. Sometimes we are giving numbering, but numbering, if you want to remember, that's fine. So if it is AP, mostly we are giving as a AP is AP, Karnataka Latin, like this one. So you can see here. Here our sequence is AP, Telangana, Tamil Nadu. After that Tamil Nadu. Our requirement of Telangana should be first. After that Tamil Nadu, last should be AP. Assume that. That is our query. Click here. Configure dictionary. So here. So assume that now I am just not giving any sequence here. Let's see where it will display. Okay. Tamil Nadu should be 100. Sorry, Telangana should be 400. I'm just making. Let's save it. That means the sequence, if you not give, will come fast. So let's see, if you have given two fields without any sequence, well, let's see what happens. So I'm not making here. Tamil Nadu and AP I have not given any values. You will in the previous sequence. That means what we have in the previous one will automatically give. Sometimes it will be random also. But the good practice, we have to give everyone, we have to give a sequence. That is a good practice. So I'm just making 200 and Tamil Nadu is 100. For Telangana, I'm just making 50. That's it. Now Telangana will be the top. So like this you can configure here. Like this. Now got it. Like this you can tell me how you can make a location field. Right click on the field. So we have to go to the configure dictionary. These are called dictionary entries, these are. So again we have to go to the choice. So choice here. Just go to the advanced view. Advanced view. So drop down, if you want to make any choice from other tables you can do it, but we don't do one. So here I'm just making any one. So for that one I'm just making a label is nothing but Guntur. So for the Guntur I'm just making it 10. So this 10 and that 10 will not be any relation. That 10 will work in that state field only. This 10 will work in this field only. I'm just making sequence is also same. Guntur and Jayawada.
We have that inactive false.
So inactive false is nothing but active is true. They have given different terminology in ServiceNow, but why they have, I don't know. Because inactive false is nothing but active is true. But they have given directly active is false, but they have given different terms. I don't know why they have given.
What about this last dependent variable?
I will explain. Hyderabad. So sequence we can give it. Dependent value I will just state, I will show what is the advantage of this one, why we have dependent value here. So Hyderabad and Warangal. So I'm just making two cities from the anyone. And Chennai. So this one. So now what you have done? Click on the update. So we have selected Telangana. Sorry. Then all the values remove. So if it is a Tamil Nadu, it will display all the values. So if it is a AP, so simply if it is AP, I have given state and location was Hyderabad. Is correct or not? If it is a Telangana and I have given the location was Guntur. That was wrong. And state was Chennai and the location was Vijayawada. That will be wrong. Then what we have to define? Yeah, that means we have to make a relationship between these two fields. That means what happens here? The location will be depending upon the state. That means we have to define the instance. This location is depend upon the state. If you want to hear, so don't to worry. Leave. So here this was a one basic entry. You can click on the advanced view. Advanced view. Here we have the option dependent field. Just dependent field, click on the dependent. After that, it will show the which field we want to define here. What is the field we want to define here? State. Just click here. Here we can give the dependent. So I'm just making a update. Now what we have defined here? We have defined state location was depending upon the state. So now what is our expected output on this form? If I select AP, what I has to follow show? Is it coming or not? Why? Exactly. That means here we have informed the system the location was defined to state, but we are not mapping any fields. That means if selected AP, what has to display? If selected Telangana, what has to display? If selected Tamil Nadu, what has to display? So if you want to go to one, click on the right click, configure dictionary. So no need to worry. Here you have asked one doubt for the dependent value. Here you can use that one. Dependent value is nothing but for the AP, what is the value you have given in the front end? 10. That is the use of value. You got it?
Auto-populated when we give that, right?
Sorry?
When we give AP, it will be auto-populated as Java, right? In the location.
Yes, it will display the two states. What happens? This was loading. Still loading. Yes. So what is the for Guntur? We have given as a 10. For AP we have given 10. For the Vijayawada also. For Hyderabad, for Telangana we have given which value? 20. So we have to give the 20 here. For the Chennai we have given the Tamil Nadu 30. So if you want to display Chennai in Hyderabad, Telangana, you can give 20. But it doesn't meaningful. It's not a meaningless. It's a meaningless. But you can show it. So sometimes when you go to the back end, if the field side is not showing, this is the way they will troubleshoot it. Any technology, they can the same. This is the fundamental. Go to any technology, this is the way they can troubleshoot it. So what is the dependent value they have given? So what is our expected output? If I given AP, Guntur is what it does. If I given Telangana, Hyderabad and Warangal. So if I given Tamil Nadu, Chennai and Goa. So this was fine. You got it? This is how to map this one. Now our requirement, this was fine. Your client was asking to add one more field. Add one more field, faculty. Every student we have it's not faculty, it's not a faculty, it's in charge. So every student, so we have to add one more field. How we can add it? We can go to the there are many ways. First I will show the first thing. Just go to our table. Click on there are we can manipulate more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways. So this is the one. So what is our table? Star Chaitanya. You can see this was a script which was given by ServiceNow for the number, for the default value. That means the number will come automatically, default. This was come. So what we are just making a in charge. So I'm just making an update. So I'm just going to
Default,
the
when we create a new field, it will be the type will be taken as string.
yeah, by default it was string. If you want to, we can check. There are more than 40 plus. I think it was in. So we can configure which we require. Sometimes it will be password, text field, table, wiki. There are many other things. You can see here. Just click on here. So this is the in charge. That is nothing but in charge. We can give manually. So for example, Dasho, we can use something other things. So here, these are the first types: true or false, choice, color, conditions, conditions in currency, data structure, decimals. These are all some field. There are no 42. So when I go to the Jakarta, it was 47 field types. This is an instance in Geneva, which is as per our one. Geneva is a older one. After the Geneva, there are Helsinki is there, Istanbul is there, and Jakarta is there. Jakarta is the very latest one. They have given from the last 4 days, 3 to 4 days back from the Jakarta, they have given one. Before that, there is no Jakarta.
So we need to upgrade every time.
So that is depending upon your client and your requirement.
So what about they are giving the types of more in the Jakarta?
Jakarta, they have given first today I have seen there was an IP address field. I have seen only that one. I have not verified that one. What are the available features? So we'll read the document will help you for what are the features they have. Because they have given notes, we don't have enough time to read the notes. We got a bundle of notes. So in the Jakarta IP address is something that you can give the 10.0.0.1 like this. If the data entered that format it will be stored. If you entered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it cannot be entered. So forget about that one. So you understand this one. So I will explain the later one by one the field types which is required for the one. So any other doubts for today? So till now. So like this we can configure any things. So if you want to one more thing, we have seen from the table we have entered that one field. So if you want another one, you can click on the form, right click, configure, just go to the form layout. Form layout. So here I'm just entering what is our mobile number. So I'm entering a mobile number. So click here. So it was saved here. So here you want to display it like this one. So I'm just making hand split here. After the in-charge, the mobile number should be unique. You can see here how it will display. Click on the close. So like this it will display. So when you click here, right click again. What is the one form layout? So here I'm just making this mobile number before the end split. Let's see how it will be visible. Like this. End split is nothing but the split has begun from the name. After the location, it has split it to two ways. After the location, after that location, we have in the right side, which you are given. So, for example, you want to start add a one more field like email ID. So, I'm just making the form layout. So, you want to add one more email ID. That should be after it in the left side. So, I'm just making right now. So here I am just making. So that should be in the left side only. So it will be like this. But your requirement of the mobile number will be in the left side only. So if you want to make it one, so you can just go to the right click, configure, form layout. So I'm just going to the mobile number. I'm dropped down this one. So again I'm starting a split here, and the split I'm placing here after the main. Or else you can go to the this one. If you not splitted, it will show in the long one. But when you see that this is a not good way. But when you go to some fields like this one, like short description, what you given, or what is the description of the issue, something. Then this is the entire text. So if you want to one, again we have to give the split here. This is one form layout. So like this, what you have to create here. So what are the fields by default? It's not saved. So what happens?
Then we have view name default view.
Yes, by default happens. By default, the view name was when the ServiceNow we can create a views. Like for example, if the user has some record, he should have SSD details, India details, degree details, some employment details, some personal details. That we can create the views. For example, when you click on the SSC, it should be display the SSC details only. If you click on Inter, it should be display something SSC or Inter or only Inter. Like this, you can configure it. We'll show you in the next class for that one. I don't know. Yeah, now you can see here. So I hope you understand. If you want any attachment, you can add here. Open any attachment. You can add a Dhoni photo. It's not attached. So here we have added attachment. Just save this record. If you want to, you can see, click on here, we can see it. So if you want to download it, just click here, it will automatically download. So this one. Like this, you can create a number of attachments. If you want to add one more attachment, so it's maximum of 10, I think. Mostly we can give as a 1 or 2 only. Some cases we can attach 10 to 10 more than 10 attachments. Mostly generally again only 1 or 2 records. Like this we have to get a screenshot for the incident, or else we can give some Excel sheet to upload the bulk data like this. So I hope you understand any issues. Or getting still any confusion. So tomorrow task please note down. Create one custom table. So with all the fields, name, number, email ID, in charge, state, district, mandal and village. And one field is address and parents. Parent name something. Parent. Yeah. The hierarchy should be state. Once the state is selected, among the districts will be visible. So with the district has selected, mandals will be visible. That means related to that one. The mandal will be selected, but the village will be available. Okay. So you can please complete this task and verify. And also one more thing. So we have discussed a CID. So you can see here, this is a Ashok record. So when you click here, this is also record CID. So this is a unique, because if the name was Ashok, you can change it. If the number also, you can change it. But CID we cannot change it. You can see here, this is a Ashok record. So when you go to the Srikanth, just copy it. This is the second one. This is the difference. You can see this is both are different. That means when you click on the name also, it will display one CID. Both are the same. That means for the entire this record will be same, like this. So previously we have given Tamil Nadu. Sorry. When you given here, automatically selected and Chennai UT for this one. So if you want to and make a one field mandatory, name should be mandatory. So you can just done this one. We'll meet up in the next class tomorrow at 7 a.m. 7 p.m.
Whenever we create a new table, automatically a new application, new module will be created.
Yes. The new, this is called application menu. So this is called as a module. So if you want to click on here, from this you can add it. If you want to add one more module also, you can add here from here also. So I'm just creating here. Yeah. That is, if you want to add any one table also, you can add something. I want to add a one user table here. So if you want any window, just submit here. So when just update here, that means the user table records will be visible here. We can attach any table. Generally, we can add those related. For example, opened by me, opened assigned to me. When you go to the incident, you can create it like this one. Or I create a new, assign to me, open and assign, resolved, closed, all, overview, like this you can create it. So I hope you understand. So any other questions you can ask me. So for this one, you know how to create an instance. So just give your email ID. So our executive will send the video to it, which is the first class. So you can do it from on. If you're interested, you can ask me next class. Okay. For the first class, they will give you. Okay. What are the topics you have missed? They will provide a video. If you have any queries, you can ask in the next class. You know, to worry. Just try it at least. Regarding. Yes.